you can become a financial master. Hi, this is John Ruman. If we have not met before, I'm an international business coach and consultant, and actually worked in the financial field for well over 10 years. And today I'm going to give you 4 key points as to how you can become a master of your finances. Hey, Tristan, good to see you, brother. So, we're going to hit 4 key points today. Let me briefly go into why this is so important. So, this is actually a course, a discussion for both men and women. And the primary focus is on men or whoever is the leading person in the household. So, this is not male specific, but this is for whoever is watching. Hey, Gabby, good to see you. Whoever is watching, and you are the leader in the household when it comes to the money. So, for those that are, thank you for coming on. So, let me go into the first point. So, here we go. I need you to embrace your leadership role. It's very common when it comes to financial well being that people will point the finger. And hopefully, you've heard the term before that before you point or when you point the finger out, there's 3 fingers or more pointing back at you. Hi, kindness. Awesome. So when you are pointing blame at others, realize 3 fingers are pointing straight back at you. Why is this so critical? It allows you to take full responsibility. The market is not to blame. Everywhere around the world, they always blame the government. The government is not to blame. Your parents are not to blame. Your neighborhood, your boss, your coworkers, all those things are great excuses. But I'm going to ask you to embrace the fact that you can say, I've had a major part of this, if not all of it. And when you can find that level of responsibility for it, at that point, it's almost a moment of surrender to the divine to take over and help, but also it allows for you to now not be a victim. So stop playing victim for your finances and say, I had something to do with this. These are results of my past. They may not represent my future, but they are a representation of my past and my past choices. So I now can learn from them, otherwise they're going to repeat, and move forward so that I do not have a recycling and a repeat of this joyous experience if it's not what you want today. Part 1. Hit part 2. Boost your financial IQ. If you are not on a regular and consistent basis growing your financial mind, I don't care if you have someone like me. It's always helpful to have an advisor at some point, a mentor, someone in the financial sense that you can talk to about these things, or a group or something like that. But it's critical that you yourself are growing constantly. Get a pen and paper. I'm going to rattle off some names, some books of things that I have in the past 10 years read that have been awesome from many different perspectives. They're not perfect, they're not bad. Some have pros, some have cons. I'm not here to say they're all magical, but it's critical that you understand that when you begin to, on a regular, consistent basis, focus on how you can grow and improve what you're doing, you will all of a sudden see opportunity because your brain is thinking on a different level than it was before. What an awesome blessing that is. So let me give you some books that will boost your financial IQ. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The follow-up to that book is the Cash Flow Quadrant. So those 2 books are in tandem. You have to read Cash Flow Quadrant after you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm a strong encourager of the Cash Flow Club. I'm in Trinidad. There's the largest cash flow club, if not the world, in the Western Hemisphere here. Huge. And all people talk about is opportunity. It's really an awesome situation. So those 2 books will help you. T. Harv Eker has a book called The Millionaire Mind, which actually goes into how the wealthy think. There's a bunch of very popular books, so I'm not going to hit, I guess I'll hit As a Man Thinketh. Allen is the last name of the author. The Richest Man in Babylon. Very, very potent, powerful books. Tony Robbins had a book on wealth a couple years ago that's great. I think it's called the Game of Money. All of these will fuel your mind and allow you to embrace possibility. So critical you do this. Do not rely on others solely. If you have an advisor, good. There's only so many hours in a day. Let them help you. But it's also critical that you become brilliant. So whatever you're investing in, know it. Spend time on this. By the way, if you have any questions, pop in and ask questions, okay? Feel free to interrupt me. I can handle it. So whoever you're listening or watching in from, feel free to give me your feedback. You guys on Tucker, I'd love your feedback as well. Give it attention. For those that have seen me talk personally, this is a very strong passion of mine. People don't understand their own personal power that they have. And this can be a law of attraction discussion. It could be the power of focus discussion. It could be the fact that your brain has something called an amygdala, which when you focus on something with attention on a regular, consistent basis, it magnifies it in your experience. Allow all of those, it doesn't really matter what you label them, to find opportunities out there. So you must give it attention. If we'll use the analogy of a garden, because money and wealth grows, hopefully, that you take the time to get it all ready. That could be getting the fields ready before you plant. You begin planting the seeds. You actually get them in there. You find what you want, what you're looking for, what results you're looking for, whether it be a beautiful floral arrangement with smells and scents and yumminess, or it could be, I don't know, it could be avocado. And you want to have delicious avocado in 20 years, but it's worth it because avocados are awesome. Whatever it is, it's important you plant the seed, you prepare for that. And then periodically you tend to that garden. You need to weed. If there's a dry season, you need to water them. You need to tend to them. The same is with your wealth. The wealthiest people in the world do two things. Topic 2 and 3 hit it perfectly. They read 500 to 750 pages per day of books. Not purely on finances, but I'm sure many are. And they give their wealth attention daily. Typically 20 to 30 minutes every single day, they tend to their wealth. And yes, they may be talking, I'm going to buy or sell a company, and you may be saying, I'm going to buy or sell a stock, or I'm going to pay off this debt. It doesn't matter. You're giving the opportunity attention. And when you give it attention, it's critical that you give more attention towards what you want than what you don't want. So let me give you an example, because we have debt and income as an example. Most of us are trying to produce more income. So you want to spend the majority of your time on how can I produce more income? What could I do to produce more income? What am I wasting my time on now? And give less of your time on things that pull away from that debt. And you need to address your debt. You need to confront it. You need to be aware of it. And you need to continuously move forward and reward yourself as you pay off debt. And not all debt is bad, but that's not the point. The point is, the debt may be viewed as the negative. Give that less attention than the income. Do not avoid the debt, but don't live there. Stop me if I'm not clear. Ask questions if I'm not clear. Last point. Get support and mentors. There are people who have done this before, whether in book form, whether people who have physically done something you want to do. Let's say you want to get into rental real estate, wherever you are. You don't know what you're doing. Talk to people who've done it. Read books on it. Listen to podcasts. You live in a world of so much abundance, of brilliant information. You need to feed yourself daily. Make this your new addiction. Whatever wasteful, terrible addiction, take that beautiful energy of waste and let's refocus it on something awesome, like nurturing your wealth for a new greater you, because you can offer so much more to the world when you're in an abundant state. So I would love to hear your feedback and questions. And by the way, if you love this or appreciate this at all, please share this on your page. Share it with your friends, because that's how these things get spread nowadays. So let me real quick talk about what's happening this Sunday. So Sunday, and I'm going to pop it up here in the picture, I'm giving a workshop, and it's focused on men. So, ladies that are watching, you can't make this one. But I'm actually, during the workshop, I'm going to have a special guest who will be discussing financial management. And I'll also be having sorry, I just got a call, so forgive me if I seem scattered. So, well, I'll be having special guest on financial management. This is a men's warrior retreat or men's warrior challenge, and the focus will be men and responsibility and how to manage money and taking ownership of a leadership role. And again, I did not make this video purely for men. I made this for whoever is having a financial leadership role in the household or someone who simply wants to boost their financial presence in their life and ownership of it. That should be all of you. So every single one of you, that should be you. FYI. So that happens Sunday, and on that, we're going to have a self-defense workshop. I'm a master in Taekwondo. Who knew? So I'll be doing that for 2 hours. It's going to be awesome. And then last but not least, here's the details on the overall Warrior Challenge. So you can check out my events part of my page. I don't want to fill this live for that, but it's going to be epic. And if you're a woman watching and your man needs or wants support with this, the idea for having this is I had one a month and a half ago. The men loved it. So guys, if you're watching, give me a thumbs up and share it. But we asked for certain topics that would be beneficial for men. And also, it's a open forum in that the discussion, while I will be maybe controlling the discussion not controlling is a bad word. I will be the person facilitating, but not necessarily controlling the conversation, if that makes any sense. And long story short, it's going to be great. And I'm hoping that the guys get a lot of benefit from it because I know they will. It'll be epic. So any questions on that, just check my events page and I'll put the link in the video as well. So I appreciate you. Have an amazing night. And I will see the gents that can make the Warrior Retreat on Sunday. If you have any questions, let me see. I have that here. I have a timeout on it somewhere. No, I guess not. So, all right. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.